Herring Review. What's going on, you guys?
Let's go.
Welcome back to Herring Review. Today we are with Big Ant, aka
No. Just Anthony's good.
Just Anthony's good. We are with freaking Chef Anthony Rose right now. Bathurst and DuPont, new territory. You know, usually my reviews stay north of Eglinton and kind of Jerusalem, but today we were feeling a bit adventurous. We came out all the way over here in the Jeep.
Thanks for having me, man.
Bro.
I'm really excited to be here today.
This
I'm
is
a little
freaking
tired,
awesome.
I gotta tell you.
That's
Only
okay.
had a few hours last night. Yeah, just really sad about the unbearable likeness of being.
The unbearable what of being?
Bearable likeness of being.
Jeez, that sounds like some philosophy class thing. Right there.
It is. It
Yeah,
is, yeah.
throwback to high school. Okay, Chef Anthony Rose. Who are you, man? What makes you so cool?
I didn't say that I was cool. All my nephews and nieces think I'm pretty cool. And I own a few restaurants on DuPont Street.
Yep.
Schmaltz Appetizer, which we're at, Fat Pasha, which is there, Fedzoon, which is a few blocks over there. And I've owned a few more restaurants. Some of them have been great, some of them have just not been so great, or great in my mind, but not other people's minds, I guess. And now I'm just like looking forward to beautiful summer. I'm going to San Francisco
Oh, the Bay Area.
on Friday. I'm going to go see Neil Young
Oh, wow.
in Berkeley on Saturday, and then I'm going to see the last Dead and Company show on Sunday. I'm really excited. Was this
awesome.
part of the question? Was this enough?
Yeah, you can
information?
talk about whatever you want.
All right, all
You're
right.
free to do literally whatever you want. But I do have a question. They say that if you truly love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life.
Who told you that?
I don't know. I think I heard it like in elementary school or something.
Like an Instagram post or something?
Maybe. But I was wondering, what is your connection to food? Where does that come from? Because it must be something deep in there. You know, if you dedicate your whole life to making food, like where is that spark?
It definitely comes from my parents and Linda and Joel. And my mom's a fantastic cook, a great baker. Growing up, we ate out a lot as well. From what I gather from my childhood, the really impetus to get into cooking was because I was kicked out of university.
Really?
And after being kicked out of university, it was like, all right, now you got to find something to do. So I moved to San Francisco at that point and just started cooking and never looked back. I absolutely love it.
Why'd you get kicked out of university?
You know, I'm not allowed to talk about it. I signed an NDA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Concordia.
Well, it worked out.
It totally worked
Yeah.
out.
Anthony, you want to know something about me?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you anyways. I love my mom, and I hear that you also love your mom a lot, and she's actually inspired a lot of your recipes and a lot of your cooking, so I was wondering if you could just kind of talk about the impact that your mom, Linda Rose, has on what you do.
Wow. Mom, you're really getting a big shout out today.
Shout out,
Which
Mom.
is not weird for my mother. She gets a lot of shout outs. I don't know if you guys get my newsletter, the monthly Anthony, which comes out
The
every
monthly aunt?
the monthly Anthony, which comes out every 4 months. But in it, I talk about Linda quite a bit,
Oh.
and she gets stopped on the streets now as well, and I make fun of her in a nice way. My mom's cooking is like tantamount to the success of not only Fat Pasha and Schmaltz and a little bit of Fedzoon, but you know, me in general. It was probably about 10, 12 years ago when I first had my first restaurant, which was Rose and Sons. And when we first opened Rose and Sons, I was cooking the things that I knew and the things that I grew up with. And not only, you know, the some of the cuisine that I wasn't allowed to have, like the pork and the bacon, which I very much fell in love with. But then like the matzo ball soup and the pastrami and the briskets and the everything that she really taught me as well. And we've kind of turned that into all the restaurants. And what I love specifically here at Fat Pasha, as Middle Eastern, as Israeli as this restaurant is, I really consider it like a Jewish restaurant because we do have all those things that are really delicacies of my mother,
That is Gishmak.
Linda.
Have you ever heard that word before, Gishmak?
Yeah, there's like those herring guys that.
Yeah.
So
I've heard of it too.
you-
So one of your restaurants is called Fat Pasha. I assume that's Yiddish for something? Or no?
No, it's much more kind of Middle Eastern for that matter.
Oh, so how did it come
And
to be?
It's a really good question.
Thank you.
So
Thought of it myself.
the word pasha, actually, I believe it's a Turkish word from what I understand, and it comes from an important person whether it's a store owner, a mayor, a city councilor, usually a dude that's kind of like the head of a community or an area.
Yeah.
And I remember actually sitting on at the cottage on the porch, and we're trying to figure out a name for the restaurant. I'll tell you how the restaurant got there as well. But Craig Hoffman, I think you guys know Eli.
Yeah.
So Eli's father said, "Well, what about the word pasha?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a great word. I really like it, but I wanted to make it my own, and I wanted to make it a little crazy." So I'm like, "Oh, we'll just put the word fat in front of it," which meant a lot more for me, especially my childhood.
You were fatty?
I was a fat kid. I was going to say.
You were a fat pasha?
Yeah, I was.
You were a fat Zune.
Yeah, I'm.
He's literally
Fed Zune and Fat Pasha literally is actually the same thing. But we didn't know what we were going to do in this space. And Yotam Ottolenghi had just come out with one of his first books called Jerusalem. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. All this Middle Eastern and hummus and falafel and baba ganoush, all that kind of jazz, and many, many more things. And the closer we got to opening the restaurant, I realized that as much as I love that food, I didn't really know that food. Growing up with that food was like going to King Falafel or going to Jerusalem up the street, right? But what I did know was the Ashkenazi side of it. The brisket, the latkes, the pastrami, the matzo ball soup, the gefilte fish. So at that point, we kind of put the two of them together, and then it really worked in my mind.
That's
it's like,
awesome.
Oh, this is what I know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So then we got the mishmash.
Yeah, like if you think about Jews, we all just come from the same place, but we all just kind of got new hobbies from being in different parts of the world. But let's bring it together now because we can do that. We got iPhones and stuff. Wait, when did you open? Like how new are you?
10 years ago.
Oh, okay, I guess that is new. Alrighty. Toronto, it's a pretty old city. There's been people here for a while. There's also been Yidden here for a while. And with Yidden comes food, and with food comes restaurants. So in a city where the Jewish restaurants are very old and traditional, how do you feel like you fit in to this space? And do you feel like you have your own foundation?
According to all the old Jews that come here, I will never fit in. I will never do anything right. Right? Not that they don't.
I think I know those old Jews.
Yeah. When they can come in, they say that they love it, and they keep coming back and keep coming back. Why are you fucking always complaining? I guess the short answer is, absolutely they love me. They come and they complain, and I think that's the love. But
that's geschmack.
It's geschmack. Mm-hmm. What's interesting though with I think the Jewish food in general in Ontario, or let's say Toronto for that matter, it's kind of gone in stages, right? Like Toronto used to be filled with bagel joints and delis like all over the place, right? And then they kind of went away. Where a good friend of mine and Eli's, David Sachs, wrote this book about Save the Deli, and all the delis were gone. And Fat Pasha and Schmaltz opened up at a time, and Rosenson's for that matter as well, opened up at a time where everything else was closing. It was like, oh, this is a good idea to kind of bring it all back. Pastrami was much tougher just because its beef is so expensive, but it still had a great following, and I'd love to bring it back at some point.
So some of the most successful people attribute their success to having a strong work-life balance. Eli mentioned that in your spare time you love to go camping, and I was just wondering if you had any good camping trip stories that you wanted to share with the world. Do you have any stories specifically with your mom, who's your idol? If you have any good stories, we would love to hear them.
One of the, I guess all the camping stories definitely come from when we were kids, and I used to have a restaurant called Big Crow, and Big Crow is named after a lake in Algonquin Park, and I named it that because my parents, Linda especially, was obsessed with camping and tripping and being outdoors and canoeing. She was like the first one to carry that canoe from lake to lake. So many portages.
Damn.
Just a huge inspiration.
Sounds like a beast.
She is a fabulous, wonderful beast.
That's awesome. Okay, so should we just get into the herring?
Yeah, man.
Before, I just wanted to add something. So we got these two herrings. We got the schmaltz and matjes. However, I was like to Big Ant, Big Ant, where's the kiffle? And he had no idea what I was talking about. He said, what's kiffle? I was like, it's a thing you eat herring on. So he asked for the kiffle. We got fried potatoes. It's the first time we got fried potato kiffle, which is okay.
You just said something to put the herring on.
Yeah, no, that totally works.
All right.
I think it's awesome.
So we've got the fried crushed potatoes with the chili and the garlic. And then over here we've got garlic labneh, pickled cauliflower, new pickle, old pickle, some sesame seeds in the
Baby.
middle.
Oh, I was scared that those were cucumbers. I don't like cucumbers. I only like pickles.
You don't like the cucumber?
No, just pickles.
Huh. And then this is muamara. Muamara is like a combination of pomegranate molasses, roasted peppers, and tomato and garlic. And what kind of herring do you like?
I like all herring.
You can't pick a favorite?
My favorite is like I like the flavored creamy herrings, like the honey dish,
Ah,
spicy
nice,
sriracha, chipotle
nice.
may. Like,
So what are you gonna do? Where are you going with this?
I don't know. Hopefully, just bring the Mashiach and go to Yerushalayim. But if that doesn't work out, I guess a herring company.
Hey, what's up, brother? Sorry, I'm in the middle of something.
Food must be good if you're eating.
Alrighty, you guys just got a guest right now in the restaurant. Okay, we're gonna go with the labneh with the herring right here.
Yeah, garlic labneh, a little bit of herring.
Okay, I got my kichel over here, potato. Gonna get some labneh on this kichel. Very nice. Is that approved?
Yeah, man, more.
Chef Anthony Rose says more. How's this?
That's good. It's good.
You sure? I shouldn't make it a blizzard.
But what kind of herring are you going with?
I'm gonna go with the schmaltz because that's what you want. You want.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Ready? So now we're gonna make a bracha. We're gonna make a shehakol because that's what the bracha you make on herring. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekol niyeh bidbaro.
Oh man.
Is there schmutz on my face?
No.
Really? That was unreal.
Yours move a bit. No, this way you can.
The labneh slaps.
Labneh is good. Let's try it with the matches.
I still have my kichel. Is that allowed to reuse?
Yeah, reuse the kichel.
Get the labneh.
Kichel. How do you spell that?
Kichel.
K-I-
How about some of the musa musa on?
Muamara.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Cheers. I'm gonna go for the whole thing.
I actually think it's herring season right now. Actual herring season. Come on, eh?
Wow. This matcha is good. Wow. Tastes like candy.
I prefer the schmaltz.
Really.
No. I find that a little too sweet for me. I like savory, fatty.
Yeah. I want another schmaltz. Oh baby.
Where did you have herring last?
Last pairing I had was on Monday. You know the Megan boys? One of them came over to my house.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Got some good
Where'd you
herring.
get the herring from?
Kosher gourmet. It was a jar herring, creamy jalapeno.
Creamy jalapeno, eh?
Yeah.
And how are the Muggin Boys doing?
They're doing really good. They're expanding to Miami. They're doing all these kinds of business projects. Cheers.
You guys, are you gonna eat some?
Yeah.
Yeah,
After.
After?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's more.
Sully the shot.
I just was wondering if we could get Paula. Paula, you want to come in the video?
She's busy.
Oh, okay. We wanted to get one of the waitresses in the video, but she's busy.
Waiter. Just waiter.
Waiter?
Server, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So this herring is very good, very fresh, very high quality. But I don't feel like I can rate it on the same scale that I rate like the other herring I just buy from stores, and it comes in a container. This is traditional pure herring, as Yiddish as it gets. I'm gonna rate. Gotta rate each one individually. The matchas.
Do you feel like you have to taste it by itself with nothing on it to get like a true?
You want me to raw dog the herring?
You have to.
I will. Okay, fine. But with an onion though, that's allowed?
Sure.
Okay. Raw dog and the herring over here, the matchas. That's a 9.3.
9.3.
That is a 9.3. 9.3.
That's pretty good.
You know what time it is? Schmaltz time.
Schmaltz time.
Yes, sir. Let's
This
go
is my
to schmaltz.
namesake herring.
Oh, wow. Okay, the raw dog, the double raw dog, never been done.
That's the shit, man. I love that.
So I am more of a matchas guy than schmaltz guy. crazy. This one, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, still very good. Matchas, I find like it gives an extra party.
Right,
and this,
right.
it's amazing, but I don't know, something about the oil and the salt. I just prefer like more,
Right.
some like different flavor. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think like the old Jews like?
I don't know, probably anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the fish they had in the bathtub.
Like it's funny. Like have you ever had like the belly locks?
No.
So belly locks, like they'll take like an inch. Hi David. They'll take like an inch or
What up,
two
David?
when they're getting the salmon ready for cure. They take like a good inch, 2 inches of the actual belly, and they cure it separately. But like, excuse me, just in salt. And it's like fucking the saltiest locks you've ever had. But the old Jews absolutely dig it.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's very hard to find.
Anthony, I have another question for you.
Mhm.
All-time favorite food to cook? Go.
Bacon and eggs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a hot take here on the Herring Review.
But
But like, you got to be true to who you are, you know?
well,
Bacon and eggs. Well, how come?
I think it was, as a kid, it was we couldn't have it in the house, and then all of a sudden, I remember the first time I had it very clearly. Never looked back, and I think it's a perfect meal.
I can't relate. Never tried bacon.
Really, eh?
Never. You guys in the back are saying I'm not missing out.
You're not missing out on much.
What?
I like
I
turkey
don't go
bacon
out of
so
my way
much
to
better.
eat it. Big
I'm
fan.
trying with the pickles over here.
You've had it though,
That's yeah. I just don't go out of my way to
It's like a pickle cube.
cook it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's
or
like half.
eat it.
That's a half.
Yeah, or eat it.
Right.
If it's there, I'll eat it. I don't
Right.
Do you want? Are you gonna rate it, or do you not rate your own herring? Are they perfect 10s for you?
As I said earlier, it is herring season right now. New herring season. This isn't from that batch, but what I do find, the closer you are to the herring season, like for instance this which is the matcha, is really dense, really delicious, and actually really salty, which is indicative of kind of where it comes from and what's going on in the season.
Speaking of herring season,
Oh my god.
do you know that 1 billion herrings are hatched every year?
No.
And do you know that less than 1% of herring eggs are fertilized? Isn't that insane? There's so many herring.
Can you do something with the herring egg? Can you
That
You
was,
can't.
So we got a question about can we eat herring eggs? I'm going to shift this one over to Anthony over here. Can you eat herring eggs?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Just like caviar, man.
Do you need keffel for them?
You can spread that on some fried potatoes or latkes, whatever you want.
On the pickled cauliflowers? Yeah.
Good shit, eh?
Good shit. That's awesome. I want to get Paula on to review herring.
She's working.
She can't have like 5 minutes off.
Nope.
Being a waiter, I got it right that time, waiter server, is a tough job. Like you can't even be on your phone.
Sure.
That's crazy. I don't think I could do that.
That matches is quite good. I don't eat a lot of
It's being
matches.
passed around right now in the back.
No. Guys, come on, get the kugel.
Alrighty, so now we'll end the review over here.
Sorry.
Thank you, Chef Anthony, for coming on.
Thank you, man. That was
It's been
so
freaking
much
awesome.
fun. Shabbat shalom, guys.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Herring Review.